You know what? I don't want to hear one fucking word.
Jesus.
Not one fucking word from any of you leftist, libtard, liberal fucks who hate this country about, well, there's violence on the right. The threats come from the right.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, the greatest threat to America is white male. Fuck you.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
We got a lot to talk about on the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. Cole Allen, the gunman from last night's White House Correspondents' Center, maintained an active online presence, especially on left-wing social media platform Blue Sky, where he went by the handle coldforce.bsky social with multiple references, Andrew Pappas, to violence and guns.
Yeah.
California, teacher, leftist. Look, man, I mean, we've got so many layers of this onion to peel back. But last night, White House Correspondents Association dinner, and look, for years, Trump said he didn't need to waste the time to go there. But this time around, he says, you know what? I'm going to go. Even in the face of all these hardcore leftist liberals who hate him. And we're going to play the soundbite from S.E. Cupp. Ed, you remember when S.E. Cupp used to be a fairly responsible, intelligent, conservative commentator?
Yeah.
I mean, she has become another one who has been infested with Trump derangement syndrome.
It happens.
In the worst way possible.
Yeah, it happens.
And she has completely lost her way. And so we're going to play the comments that she made prior to the event last night, and we'll see how well those comments aged. As she talked about Trump. And look,
it's this one, right?
That one. I mean, there's a lot to break down in that statement right there.
Okay.
But this nonsense that the hardcore rhetoric, the violent rhetoric, comes from the right as well as the left is complete and utter bullshit.
We can dispel that pretty quickly.
Complete bullshit.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me, too.
Where's 513 today? Is he on the chats yet?
Oh, not yet.
Is he on yet?
He's probably cutting his grass.
Yeah, fuck him. Bullshit.
Dan, I think
Go ahead.
I think you mixed up your Viagra and daily vitamin today.
I'm
You
good.
seem to
I'm
be
good.
hitting on all 8. I mean,
it's amazing.
Look, and look, I've been drinking all day.
We played some good shitty golf.
I worked every day this week.
You did?
I every day.
You need to let your hair down.
I got one day. I had one day off this week. I said, screw it. We start. What time do we get to the golf course? About 10:30.
10:30.
I opened my first beer
at 10:33,
and I've been rocking ever since.
Good.
So that's it.
You're a man amongst men. What I wanted to say too is, I had this show pretty much set up for the most part yesterday,
and then
last night happens, and I'm like,
we'll just scratch all those tabs.
All right, well, I know exactly what we're talking about, which obviously needs to be talked about. But here, I'll pull up.
Well, let me ask Pappas. What have you learned about Cole Allen, the gunman, from last night's event at the hotel there in Washington, D.C.?
I learned he's pretty fast. I can tell you that.
Oh, my God. Hey, show that video.
Hold on. You wanted me to go.
I know, but show the video I sent you.
Damn it,
but no.
you don't understand
Pappas makes a good point. The video that we saw last night was very grainy and it looked like a fucking blur. But Pappas, watch this video.
I've seen the video.
This is the clearest video that I've seen of this. You can see the guy coming from down the hallway.
I'm telling you, the brother's got wheels.
I'm telling you, the dude was on a mission.
The brothers got
wheels.
See, now you got me all
on a
up.
mission.
He was like searching all over the place.
He was like a homophobe running from Don Lemon.
Don Lemon. So I hope we have that
He's
picture.
like, no, I don't want to have butts.
I have that picture that we can pull up. I don't know.
Yeah, look at this. Watch this guy running.
Yeah.
Here he comes from down the hallway. Look at this. Boom.
Well, at least that's color. The one I saw was grainier than that.
Yeah,
So
but that's the clearest video yet. Look, you see him all the way down.
We'll watch it again.
Look at that.
I'm going through.
He's got a gun. He's got knives. The dude was on a mission to kill someone. Namely,
he's like, shit, it's buy one, get one. We got to
Donald John Trump and probably as many other people.
Now, who did he shoot? Because I heard one of the officers got shot in the vest.
It was either, I think it was a Secret Service guy.
Somebody got shot in the vest.
Yeah.
I think it was outside of this.
Oh, outside of that?
Outside of this video.
Well, then, no, it could have been then because they would have heard the gunshot. The guy on the left had his gun drawn early. I mean, the guy on the left was just pointing right at him. I mean, why he didn't just drop him right there, I don't know.
Yeah. It's actually this guy, and everybody can't see who I'm pointing to, but the guy right next to the case that's open.
That guy with the tie, he got shot
with the hat on.
He's fucking pretty quick though. Like that guy ran by fast.
I think he shot him.
But that officer was pretty fucking quick to like draw his weapon and be ready to go.
So, there are a lot of places to go with this. I mean, just a lot of places to go with this. First off, my first thought when I saw this last night was, okay, here we go again.
They tried to kill him again.
Try it again, because the rhetoric from the left just won't stop. And we were talking off the air, but if you guys ever have a chance to go on any page that there's a liberal on and make a comment, you're going to always get the comment back. And Dan got hit with it on the radio yesterday. He was saying that, you're going to get the comment back. You support a rapist and a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
You support a rapist. I'm like, that's factually inaccurate, but he was civilly, the woman said he sexually accosted him. And there's been a lot of stories about her testimony that has come out after the fact. And that was a civil case, I believe. I don't think that was not a criminal case, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But at the end of the day, no, that was a civil case. But at the end of the day, the pedophile thing, I mean, I don't know where they're coming up with that. Is that from pictures that they've seen on the internet?
No,
I had some caller tell
Epstein.
me.
I know from Epstein. Right?
It's the Epstein. They say, oh, it's all over the Epstein.
Okay. Well,
Wait, you know what?
It's really.
And then
am I affiliated? Am I automatically? Now, this is a rhetorical question. Am I automatically a dickhead because I'm friends with you two?
Well, with Dan, yes.
And then they say he admitted it. He admitted to being a pedophile in the Howard Stern suit.
Okay, well, I hadn't seen that.
I have not seen. I have not seen that. I don't know if it's true.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
So on the guy's manifesto that was released, a portion of it, and he says, pretty much, I quote, "I cannot live under a pedophile and rapist, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah, that's what the guy said.
That's what the guy said. So I'm like, okay, so this is all the crap that you see coming out of the left. And the leftists all believe this. And now today, as I'm sitting here, Dan's scrolling, I'm scrolling, Jason's keeping the show rolling. All I see, all I know, and it's a haiku. And all I see is posts, and I love the libs of TikTok because they're outing all these teachers. It's predominantly teachers. He was a teacher. Did you know that he was a teacher?
In California. He
was a teacher.
Rode a train from California.
His sister
to DC.
His sister lived in DC, and she was a radical as well. And they're questioning her. But all these teachers. Remember the extremely pre-Ozempic teacher that was after Charlie Kirk died, that was doing the gun to her neck.
Hey,
she was a teacher too. Yeah. She was a teacher as well. So this guy's a teacher, and there's lots of teachers out there making comments like, "I'm sorry he missed, and we almost got him." And some some shit.
Those posts showed up literally minutes after the shooting last night.
AK
missed again, that kind of stuff.
AK guns. We're going to get to that. We have video of that as well.
And I'll say that I'm sitting here. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm sitting here watching the feed of all these people, the leftists that are like, oh, they missed, and oh, I wish their aim was better, and ha 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 ha. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to remember back. Could you guys help me out here? So Barack Obama was president for
8 years.
8 years. How many times were there a public that we know of assassination?
I think that would be
zero.
Yes.
How many times did we discuss you or any conservative or even quasi-independent discuss shooting, killing, maiming Barack Obama in your presence?
I had profound disagreements with Barack Obama.
It's Obama.
Barack Obama.
It's Barack Obama.
I've been drinking.
Barack Kamala. Barack Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah, and Kamala.
Kamala Lydia.
But even still,
profound.
It still fits.
Yeah.
Disagreements in the most serious ways possible, but never once.
No.
Would I entertain the notion of trying to do any harm?
Okay.
Never once did I wish
you never
anyone
heard anybody say
would
that
strike out.
Anybody would have said
absolutely not. In no way.
That's funny because I didn't.
I didn't any way possible.
I didn't either. And then after Barack Obama, we had Trump, and then we had Biden, and during Biden's term. How many times did you hear conservatives or people you know or people you're hanging out with discuss physically harming Joe Biden, like shooting him, maiming him, whatever? How many times did you hear that?
That would be another zero.
None.
Zero times.
So now with this president, now we're on assassination attempt, and I'm labeling this an assassination. Now some people might say this was not an assassination.
No, it's an attempt.
I'm sure the guy was probably just stretching his legs with his gun.
Yeah. I mean, do you think if he'd have made it through those doors into the main,
who his main target
hall,
would have been, I would have said Donald Trump.
He wasn't going after Mitch McConnell.
He was not going after Mitch McConnell. So
it's fucking ignorant.
My point is, are we on what is this, number 4? So we had, I think, 3 or 4.
3 officially, but 4 like
we had Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and then
we had the what is that? It's in Florida.
The golf course guy.
Yeah, West Palm Beach.
I call that like a halfie.
No, the guy.
No. That was an assassination
the guy who had
attempt.
An AK and he was on the golf.
We've had. I
just wanted to see Dan go off.
We've had 3 or 4 incidents where individuals with weapons have attacked the White House.
Right.
And they were stopped by our uniformed Secret Service out there in the White House.
I'm wondering,
and now we have this.
That's just in 1 year. So I'm wondering, I'm just like, when does the left? I mean, I posted something last night. Follow me if you'd like. At your own,
leisure
at your own peril. But I posted last night that I'm really sick. I am really sick of people on my side getting shot or attempted to get shot. I'm really tired of it. And if I hear one more leftist, every time there's a shooting, every time there's gun violence, what's the first thing we hear from the left? The first thing, before we know anything of the case, what's the first thing we hear?
Well, we usually hear about gun legislation,
gun control.
Gun control.
Right. It's the gun's fault.
Yeah,
gun control. What's the first thing we didn't hear yesterday through today from the left in general? Maybe some exceptions, but what's the first thing?
Have we been hearing about gun control?
I haven't heard a thing about gun control.
I have not.
I haven't heard a push for gun control because honestly, I don't think that they have any problem with what happened.
No, and they keep saying that it wasn't an assassination.
Is that we need to tone down the rhetoric.
We're not the ones saying it.
On both sides.
Fuck off. We don't have both sides. There's one side shooting at the other. Okay. So they could stick that argument right up their ass. I love when they say that. It's like saying, oh, well, we're both bad. So, it's okay. Go fuck. You started a show off right. And I appreciate it because go fuck yourself. I'm tired of this bullshit.
All of a sudden, Pap is in the same place where I was.
I'm just tired of it. I'm sick. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm just sick of it because that's what they say. They do, and then when it's called, they called out on it. Then it's, well, can we all agree to turn the rhetoric down? Let's turn the rhetoric down.
But that's the narrative that carries the day because
then if I
they
hear
own
you
the
say,
media.
That's correct.
And they will steer the conversation.
And if I hear you say one more fucking time, I want to hear you say pedophile and rapist, and then tell me to turn down the rhetoric. How about kiss my ass? How about that?
How about AK Guns in the chats, which we haven't seen him here in a while, but we met him down in North Carolina, down at Raleigh. He goes, gun control's using 2 hands. That's what we call gun control.
Yeah, that is true.
That's what we call gun control.
That is
being able to hit your intended target.
But
absolutely.
So how many shots were there last night? 4 shots?
I don't know.
I'm not actually positive. To be
honest, the guy didn't get hit.
4 or
right?
6.
The guy did not get hit.
There was a Secret Service agent that got hit.
Secret Service agent,
but for his bulletproof vest.
I'm asking, who shot him? Did the guy shoot him?
Yeah, the guy shot the Secret Service.
I think so.
Okay. Let's be interesting.
I don't know. I don't
like
know.
To see a diagram.
I have not heard conclusively.
I'd like to see a diagram because, like you said, that guy runs past those. The brother was moving,
but we're only seeing a fish, a fisheye of a camera,
right?
So we don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he made it more than 5 feet past that grouping of guys.
Oh, dude, he looked like Usain Bolt.
But when we talk about and look. And we talk. When we go back and forth with 513 all the time, we talk about providing examples.
Oh, I'd love to see.
I will. We are going to provide an example for you right now of rhetoric that took place literally less than 30 minutes before the shooting happened last night.
Yeah, join this one.
Yeah, and this comes from S.E. Cup.
All right, that's
who is
used to be rational,
who's been a commentator on CNN for many, many years. Prior to that, she was on Fox News for a time.
That's right.
And S.E. Actually used to write and deliver sensible, well thought out, rational columns and thought and opinions on the passing scene on whatever the topic of the news was during the day. But in the last several years, she has been suffering from a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome. So, Pappas, I want you to listen to this. And I actually, in your email, I sent you a transcript.
Did you email me?
Of what she actually said. Yes, I did.
Are we pen pals?
No, I don't know if we're pen pals.
Should I write you back now?
But there's a lot to unpack here, and I would like to break down her statement bit by bit, because she tells essentially one falsehood on top of another.
All right, will you tell me
in
when
the
to pause
statehood here?
Well,
so do you want to pause it as we go on? Or?
You tell me when you want to pause.
How long is only a minute? Play it.
Play the whole thing, and,
all right.
And we'll figure it out as we go along. Here we go. Listen.
I can tell they made it real easy for him to attend, and glad to see everyone's in great spirits, and this is a party. I'm real bummed about tonight, because here's what's happening tonight. Journalism is throwing a party. Journalism is celebrating journalism at this party. Journalism, for some reason, invited Brendan Carr, FCC chair, who is threatening to revoke the licenses of broadcast networks, Pete Hegseth, who removed journalists from the Pentagon, and Donald Trump, who attacks us on the regular. Now, they're giving Donald Trump a speaking position to roast us to our faces for an hour. And he doesn't have to stay for the part where we celebrate journalism and give out awards to journalists and talk about the importance of free speech. And here's the kicker, we broadcast it on national TV. He could not have planned this scenario better. And guess what? He didn't. We did. Journalism planned this scenario for Donald Trump. So if I'm Donald Trump, of course I come under these conditions. And you just heard Brian Stelter say that the Correspondents Association was trying to sort of mend some fences with a guy who wants us dead, figuratively. Figuratively, he wants journalism dead. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't think this is a great night for journalism. It's a night that's meant to be celebrating it, but I think it's a real bump.
What a fucking psychopath!
So
I know what her problem is. I can tell you what her.
So there's SC Cup, and
either A, she's not getting enough dick, or she's not getting enough pussy. Either one.
I was going to say she's definitely got lackadickus.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, look how tight her bun is pulled back. I mean, she is suffering badly.
But you're right. Trump derangement syndrome is huge.
This is while the event was going on before, I believe it was before Trump made his entrance into the area there. But she was saying, "What? This is a guy who wants us dead."
Yep.
This is a guy who, and she said,
figuratively,
not literally, but figuratively. So I guess that's some way of qualifying that statement.
Ooh, here's that Jimmy Kimmel thing you showed. Are we going to play that too?
But
if you email it to me, I will.
But this is the kind of rhetoric that goes on unexcused and is nodded on by the left on a daily basis.
Yeah.
This is what the drumbeat that goes into the brains of deranged individuals like this teacher from California who got on a train several days ago.
Yeah.
What is it from California to DC? A 3-day train trip?
I
maybe 4.
Being the person that doesn't take many trains,
this guy's on a train for 2, 3, 4 days.
I would guess 3.
Thinking about what he's going to do. And I mean, in that time, wouldn't your temperature level come down a little bit? Wouldn't you have time to contemplate what it is you're getting involved in?
He's probably listening to NPR.
Well, yeah, that was another thing.
He was actually on his way. He was actually on his way to bunk up with Cincy 513 in his Airbnb.
So here she talks about
head to toe, or how do they do it?
She talks about journalism throwing a party. Well, you know what, SE Cup, they do this every year. Yeah. And for years,
every year,
Donald Trump refused to go to this. And by the way, it was the White House Correspondents' Dinner when Barack Obama was president and Donald Trump was in the audience. And Barack Obama saw fit to roast Donald Trump because Donald Trump thought it was a legitimate exercise to look into the origination of the birth certificate of Barack Hussein Obama. Now, whether it's true or not true, he has the right to do that. But yet Obama attacked Donald Trump mercilessly for about 10 or 15 minutes, and it went on and on and on. And it was that night that Donald Trump decided that he was going to run for president of the United States. So, I mean, all this has a way of coming full circle because it was the White House Correspondents' Dinner where Barack Hussein Obama saw fit to attack and malign Donald Trump, and Donald Trump thought to himself, you know what? Fuck you, you cocksucker. I'm running for president, and I will be a greater president than you ever thought you had the chance to be. So then
Joe Bully's on fire right now.
So then she talks about Brendan Carr, who's the chair of the FCC. The only thing that Brendan Carr is doing is going to these networks who continually put out one false story after another about this president, this administration, what's going on, what the truth is. And the only thing he has done, he's not threatening the networks. He is simply reminding them of their responsibility as it relates to having space on cable, having space on the federally regulated airwaves. These are not things that were set up under the Trump administration. These are rules and laws that have been in place for a long
decades
and
time. Decades.
The only thing Brendan Carr is doing is enforcing existing laws and existing regulations. Then she goes on to talk about Pete Hegseth. She says, Pete Hegseth, who removed journalists from the Pentagon. Pete Hegseth did not remove journalists from the Pentagon. The only thing he did was he looked at what was going on, and he said there is no reason that journalists have access to these highly sensitive areas of the Pentagon. So he said from now on, and he is the Secretary of War, which used to be called the Secretary of Defense, but Pete Hegseth is in charge of the Pentagon. So Pete Hegseth wants operational security. It's called OPSEC. So he has said that from now on, journalists are not going to have access to sensitive areas of the Pentagon. That's the only thing he has done. There are journalists in the Pentagon every fucking day. Mm-hmm. So don't tell me, SE Cup, that Pete Hegseth, and don't give me the notion that Donald Trump or anyone in his administration is somehow a stranger to the media. That somehow they tell that they have the media at arm's length.
Give me a fucking break.
What's the access been like?
Every time the guy walks to the John, he sits there and
what's the access been like to the media?
Unbelievable.
Under this administration.
What was it like under Joe Biden? Was she bitching then? Remember Joe Biden? The guy would take 3 pre-scripted questions, okay? And then they put a lid on it. Remember that? Oh, folks, we're going to put a lid on it tonight. And he did fake pressers from the fake Oval Office across the street that had a big old freaking teleprompter so he could read.
Yeah.
Okay? With a fake window. It was in a basement. All right, so give me a break. And Donald Trump, like him or hate him, he's combative with the media, but he loves it. He loves to be combative with the media.
It's a give and take.
He hates us. Well, guess what? You hate him, and so he fucking fires it back, and they don't fucking.
He doesn't talk. He gives it to the media as good as he possibly can.
Yes,
but he doesn't talk about cutting their heads off or shutting them down or putting them in front of the fire.
You're fake news. You're fake news.
They all want to make it look like somehow they're being persecuted or executed.
I do miss him going back and forth with Jim Acosta.
You know,
he's like a piece of shit.
You know what? And I talked to you about this earlier, Dan. You know what would prevent a fucking deranged fuckhead trying to get into the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Having a fucking ballroom and not fucking doing it in a fucking Howard Johnson's.
Dude.
Hojo.
I talked specifically.
It's a perfect fucking place. The ballroom in the White House.
When the ballroom story,
where security is tight as fuck.
When the ballroom story came out, I spoke specifically to
Pappas,
the fact that
Pappas he hangs around Howard Johnson's though. He knows.
Hojo. But by the way, can I say this? Can I say something?
Is it right next to a Waffle House?
you know. Hey,
absolutely, they all are.
Did you see my shirt? I mean, look at my shirt on TV. But this shirt.
Let's go, Vivek.
Really
Vivek Ramaswamy.
I mean, who made that logo? Oh yeah.
Should we call Vivek? Should we have Vivek join us on the show?
I don't think Vivek will come.
I can call him. I got his number.
So do I, and I don't think he's going to come. But anyway, I wouldn't if I was him. I said at the time, I was like, guys, if you've been to and I'm not special, trust me, I'm anything but special.
We've heard this before.
I know, but we know you're
exactly, not being special.
This is exactly the reason that the argument is made. Could you imagine if this was a state dinner that you had 500 people? You can't have it at the White House. You can't. There's no room.
You've been there.
And I have to credit Jill Billy 007 for that whole if there was the ballroom
if
and
there
not
was
a Howard
the ballroom. Now someone did comment today. Well, the ballroom only is going to seat 1,000. There were 2,000 there. Well, then fucking invite 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Whatever.
But guess what?
But my
tighter
security right there. If you've ever gone to the White House, raise your hand. Anybody been to the White House? Oh yeah,
I've been on the outside of it. I have never been on the inside.
So you haven't gone through security at the White House?
I have not.
Okay, makes the airport look easy.
Oh, it's like
you go through one thing, and then there's a guy with the big rubber gloves, and you and him get to know each other. I mean,
and they make Pappas is keister and shit.
No wonder you keep going back.
I love it. But I took him flowers last time.
He walks out with gifts.
Walked in, I go. He
walks out with gifts. He was like, "Hold on, I'm waddling." You didn't waddle on the way in, sir.
No,
but you're waddling on the way out.
Big ass knuckles. But
I don't have an appointment today. I just wanted to go through the process.
How many Super Bowls did you win, sir?
It's a control. Jesus, those hands. This is a knuckler. It's a controlled environment. The Hilton. Right. I mean, I want you to think about it for a second.
Howard
you guys
Johnson.
have been go to any event. You've been to events at freaking
yes, I have.
At any hotel. How many different points of exit?
Oh my God!
Exits, caterers, kitchens, the whole 9 yards. It's just not. Now, I'm not saying.
Ask Robert Kennedy how well that worked out.
Boy, I would tell you something else. Robert Kennedy, if you saw the video. Everyone else is like ducking under tables and doing what because Secret Service is saying, get down, get down, get down. And Robert Kennedy's like, fuck this. I'm just sitting here. That guy is a stud.
If that motherfucker hasn't, I was talking to Jill this morning. I said, if that motherfucker hasn't gone through fucking enough.
And then the person,
his dad or his uncle, dad.
You know who I felt? I mean, obviously I felt bad for the administration. I felt bad for the president. I felt bad for Melania, blah, blah, blah. But you know who was really shaken up leaving? Was Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk was really.
Oh, it hit way too close. Be careful, because everyone's going to fucking lose their fucking mind.
She was triggered. She was triggered by it.
I have my thoughts on Erica Kirk.
I
have my own opinions on her. Okay, but all I'm going to say is it appeared to really hit her very, very hard last night as she was leaving. She's like, I just want to go fucking home.
As it should.
I just want to go home.
And as it should.
She just went through this. I mean, not long ago.
I'm not busting your balls. I'm just saying, like,
that's all right. Some people have. Look, you're allowed to have any opinions.
You have people that fucking hate Erica Kirk and everything that she's doing. So, but I get it. I saw exactly what you saw.
She was very, 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 very torn up. And I agree with John Fetterman. John Fetterman, who was not dressed well last night. I will say this. John Fetterman.
I didn't even see him.
Oh,
the guy he had on like a shirt, like he was working at a gas station.
He did. John Fetterman. It had a collar, but that's about it.
It looked like it was a bowling shirt.
It was like
a
mechanic shirt.
Yeah, it looked like he was changing tires, and then he came in to have a salad. But he's like waiting. He's like, "Where's the main course?"
But I will say,
I know there's gunshots out there, but I want my food.
Quote from John Fetterman: "We were there front and center. That venue wasn't built to accommodate an event with the line of secession for the United States government."
They were all there.
After they were all there last night.
The vice president was there.
Dropped the TDS.
All the members of the cabinet.
Build the White House ballroom for events exactly like this. Yet again, I agree with John Fetterman. And you know what? I heard that the latest lady holding up the fucking construction.
No, I know it's him.
Do you know who it was?
Say some libtard.
Lib that walks by the White House walking her dog saying the construction bothers her dog dropping a deuce. And that is the God's honest truth. So she brought suit, and that's what's holding up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. It's ridiculous.
All right, let's talk about some things here.
It bothers my dog taking a shit.
Well, I mean, some dogs are like that.
All right, so I saw this list.
I'm that way. I want home seat advantage.
I mean, sometimes
I saw this. This is a really good list that was posted on my social media today by a guy named Eric Schwalm.
Schwalm,
SCHWALM.
Schwang.
Schwalm. So here's a few points that Mr. Eric makes. Number one. He left California and was in D.C. at the hotel where the correspondence dinner was to be held. Number two, imagine the intent he had to have in order to travel all that distance while thinking about what he was going to do.
With his guns.
These are good points.
With his guns.
He either moved several weapons or procured them in or around D.C. and figured out a way to get them in proximity to the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Didn't he have a room at the hotel?
He had a room at the hotel.
Okay, so they're probably in his room.
So, but here's the thing.
You know what? The guy in Vegas had a lot of guns in his room too.
The Secret Service knows the president is going to be there. How can they allow anyone in that hotel to have a weapon even days before the event is beyond?
Well, because I mean,
because they're there a week. They're a week before.
Think about that's the whole argument to why these events are at a hotel open to the public
instead of
let me continue with this narrative because it gets really good. He took the time to load the weapons onto his body to reportedly include several knives, and nobody noticed. Number 5. Now here he is. Now here's the kicker. In his hidden location, he was somehow aware that the president was in the room and was seated. How and when was he aware of that part?
C-SPAN?
Possibly.
TV?
If he wasn't a guest at the White House Correspondent Dinner and he couldn't see the president from where he was, how did he know?
C-SPAN?
It's not like he could have gone and looked in the room and then gone to load up. So
could have just turned on TV.
So it was on. It was on. Okay, and then you're answering the questions. Let me see.
Just come back to me whenever.
He was supposedly a guest at the exact hotel. Like every room in that place wasn't booked for over a month in advance in D.C. on a Saturday with the White House Correspondents' Dinner in the same hotel. Have you ever tried to book a hotel in D.C. during a major presidential event? Good luck.
No. I did. It's hard. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
So
you got to think well in advance.
So he points out all of the screams that this guy had help from someone else in D.C., someone with knowledge of all the capabilities. He says you don't pull off something like this on a whim without some serious reconnaissance ahead of time.
Well,
so
let me say
I think he makes a good point there. This
disagree.
was planned out in event, and this event was planned out well ahead of time. And I'm thinking this guy had to have some kind of accomplice somewhere down the line, and that person needs to be discovered.
It's possible, but it's not above the realm of possibility or logic to say this
that he carried this out on his own.
This guy said, "I hate Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the Correspondents' Dinner
Well, he's
scheduled
a teacher,
for this
so
day.
he must be really smart.
He must be real smart.
Oh yeah, really.
You know those that can't.
So you're telling me he's a fucking John Malkovich of In the Line of Fire? You're telling me like he's that intelligent?
I'm saying if the guy
I don't
said,
disagree with you, Dan. I don't disagree with that
No,
guy.
I mean, the guy makes a lot. He has a lot of good questions. There need to be answered.
they're good questions, and they're going to crawl up his sister's ass because she's a radical and she lives in D.C. But if I put it to you this way, if I found out that so and so was going to be so and where on so a date, it's not too far for me to say, hey, I'm going to go get a hotel room for that date, and I'm going to go ahead of time. I'm not going to take a plane because I'd go through X-ray, right? And you can't check. I mean, you could probably check a gun, but I mean, they might find it.
But how far ahead of time is
a
the White
while.
House Correspondents' Dinner? Is it?
I think it was. I mean, that's easy to find
is
out.
that scheduled like a year ahead of time?
No, not a year,
is
but
it-
several. I would say several weeks, if not months.
Yeah.
He just announced in the last month that he was actually going to attend this one.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
That-
I mean,
you know what? That's a good point.
That's probably a good point.
That is a very good point because
Thank you. I got one. Yeah.
this is the first time that Trump was attending this dinner as
Correct.
president of the United
Correct.
States.
That's
Dead leg.
And he didn't make that announcement until maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Our buddy Deadleg says, without putting myself on a watch list, there are a lot of questions, given what happened, that there's a lot more than one person involved in some sort of way.
The biggest thing is that he got a room at that hotel because that bypassed a lot. He didn't have to walk. He didn't have to walk in through the lobby, strapping his weapons. He could just walk down from a floor above or whatever.
After he got done fucking jerking. Jerking is gherkin. He was like, all right, I got work to do.
So you're saying he rubbed one off before he went on his rampage?
I guarantee you, dude.
Why are we going there?
I guarantee
How
you
is
that-
that germane to the conversation? It's not.
You got to get
I'll
the baby
keep your
batter
money.
off the brain before
Oh
you
my
fucking
God.
before you go do some work.
Got to have clarity of thought.
Yeah. See,
Well,
Yeah,
you did
purpose
it.
driven.
Clarity of thought.
He was awful loose while he was running.
I do
so
my
maybe
best
you're
work
right.
when I'm clear.
I'll give the guy props. He's got some. He's got probably runs a 4.40.
Oh, he was.
I mean,
right.
I'd draft him. The
Thing
fucking
is-
Bengals could take him.
Did you see?
He's not a very good tackler.
Did you?
Don Lemon took advantage.
Not Don Lemon. Don Lemon. Did you see the signs?
Oh, fucking
from-
Jimmy Calder's in. Dan rubbed one off at golf today.
guys? I mean,
Hey, we made birdie on the last hole. That's all I can say.
Did you see?
You
that-
didn't win, though. Guess who won?
I know.
This
Keep from
team.
one. Keep from one.
Okay,
But I got some of that money when we played a little golden tee. So
Yes,
it was
you
all
did.
good.
Oh, you played Golden Tee
Yes, we
afterwards,
did.
and you
Yes, we
relived
did.
your round of golf.
He relived his glory.
So,
Where are you going, Don Lemon?
did you see that at while he was in there, and even after he left? Okay, so President
That
left.
was a good one right there.
That's what she said. The president did not want to leave, right? But the situation, once the doors were open, it really wasn't
Yeah.
secure.
Yeah, there was no way to
Did-
secure that room in the timely way. That
Correct.
could
Did
continue.
you see? Did you see during it, even during his dinner, and then after his dinner, outside what some of the signage that these people were holding up outside? Look at this, look at this.
I was told the one
Look at
side
this.
read "Kill them all."
Here's death to the tyrant.
Yep.
This guy is standing outside. Death to the tyrant. Then this guy, death to all of them. Okay.
Yes.
And then even after he left, some other lib wearing a what's this kafir, the Palestinian.
Yeah, that was the woman who attacked the motorcade.
Yeah,
as
she
it
got
was on
taken
its
down.
way. Yeah,
So these people, I mean,
Yeah,
my point in mentioning
the
it,
Palestinian neckwear, whatever the fuck that is.
how are
yeah.
we surprised anymore that this occurs when people are literally standing outside saying death, kill them, shoot, might as well death to the tyrants, death to them all. And then we're surprised when some, moderately, maybe, off the spectrum nut job says, you know what, I'm going to be justified in shoot. If I kill them, I'm doing God's work, or I'm going to be a hero.
Yeah.
This shit needs to stop.
Oh, trust me. No,
I wanna-
this guy is a hero to the left.
Oh yeah.
There's no doubt about
absolutely.
it.
I want to
This
ask.
guy-
I want to ask you two a question though.
Used to's.
So let's just rewind, and we had
Circle back.
Joe Biden in office.
Yeah.
And this
Oh,
were to
for
happen,
God's sake.
Okay.
right?
Right.
Picture what Joe Biden would look like after having a press conference immediately after your life
way.
almost got. I'm going to say
No
almost got threatened, versus the way our fucking commander in chief
Yeah, I did
handled it.
I did-
No way.
No
if
way.
Joe
Wrong.
Biden was anywhere near a situation.
Our
like this,
fucking president right now is
him. You wouldn't see him for 3 or 4 days after the event.
No,
and they'd cover for him.
Donald Trump is a bad motherfucker in the fact that he was able to stand up with his fucking bow tie and his fucking nice suit and just say, "Look." And
you know what else he did?
And
Melania was in the room. Kash Patel was there. Mark Wayne Mullen was there.
You know what else?
Mark Wayne Mullen looked like you fucking punched his puppy right in the fucking face.
You know,
the new Attorney General of the United States.
Do you know what else Donald Trump
what's his
did?
name? The new Attorney General.
The new AG. I can't remember.
Mr. AG?
Yeah, what is his name? God,
Mr. General?
The guy's good so far. I like what he's doing so far.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you know what else he did last night?
Trump?
Yes. Do you know what else he did?
He
took questions from the very media.
Yeah.
He took questions from the media.
The media
he's trying to kill.
The media who was going to protest,
That's right.
complain about their First Amendment. Listen to me. Listen.
Cups
Let me make this.
that?
Let me make this as clear as I possibly can. There is no one in this country, in the media, or anyone else whose First Amendment rights are being curtailed in any way, shape, or form.
I feel like
end of sentence. Period.
My First Amendment rights are being.
No, they're not.
Well, right now,
What First Amendment rights do you not have now that you had before Donald Trump became president?
Well, none.
Name one. There's not one.
Well, you are right now. You're talking over me. So my First
Well, hey, guess what?
That's this. I'm not Trump.
I'm gonna talk over both of you. We're gonna take a commercial break
Trump?
real quick
I was gonna say something.
because one of our buddies,
You talked over me.
one of our buddies in the chats, one of our sponsors is in. So we're gonna play a commercial spot.
Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care in America. Behind each statistic is a face, a story, and often a heartbreaking message. It's not my fault. The Varner Foundation for Children and Families was created in 2020 to change this reality. They don't just raise awareness about the foster care crisis, they take action. When local agencies can't meet a child's need, the Varner Foundation steps in. From providing essential resources to foster families to supporting children who've experienced trauma, they're building a network of hope. Every donation, every partnership, every act of support creates ripples of healing in a child's life. These aren't just statistics, they're futures being restored. One child at a time. Visit varnerfoundation.org and be the difference in a child's life, where 100% of all donations go directly to families in need. 100%. Because every child deserves to know you matter, you're valued, and it's not your fault.
Our buddies at the Varner Foundation. Here we go.
I don't know if there's an award.
I just needed Dan to
commercials.
take a breath for a minute.
I just don't know if there's an award for commercials, but
Oh God damn!
if there's not an award for commercials, there really should be.
Oh, there
And
should be.
Let me tell you who should get that award. It's this guy.
And nobody loves himself more than some Andrew
Give me a
Pappas.
break. I still cry when I see that commercial. It still touches me.
Nobody loves himself more than
Commercials
some
the greatest
Pappas.
thing ever done.
Can we dial up one of the videos that I gave you? Let's roll a little reminder here of our friends on the left and the very kind words that they have. Now we'll play this one later. Of these, right. This one. This is the one.
All right.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, let's just so we can all get the same frame of reference here of some of the rhetoric that we've heard from the left with regards to our friend Donald Trump, our friend, our chief, our president. We don't deserve it.
Presidente.
We don't deserve it.
Here's Nancy Pelosi and some others.
Uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be. People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick it.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized.
Oh, really? Really, Don
I
Lemon?
thought he should have punched him in the face. So even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
Yeah,
if I
fuck
said
you.
If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Ooh, tough guy.
People in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet
John
in Donald
Wilkes
Trump.
Yeah, that fucker was drunk as fuck last night.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
Yeah, look at that ugly ass.
Oh yeah.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our
Love
honor and
Hammer.
our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in
Oh,
November, and they're not gonna
there's
stop
the former
after
VP.
And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
So there you go. There's a little reminder from our friends on the left and the kind of rhetoric that they deploy on a regular basis. And then, I mean, those are some golden oldies. Those are some hits from
Let me ask you a
that
question.
go back, 3, 4, 5 years. I mean,
Can I ask you a question?
and it continues unabated. Can
I ask you a question?
today? Please do.
Where do we go from here?
How many times have I asked you that question?
Well, I wanted to beat you to it.
I
I mean, where do we? Yeah, but this is post.
You
this
turn
is
left
post-
out of the driveway.
I know. Well,
Next
this
street,
is
make a
post. This is post. Whatchamadoodle. This
To
is
my way of thinking,
post-assassination.
where we go from here, a reality check would be a good first stop.
The voting booth is where you fucking go to get these fucking radical fucking assholes out of fucking office. Whatever office they may sit in. That's where you go first.
But I think a reality check to figure out where this where this derangement syndrome comes from. And
I just
if,
the reason
if people could just
reason
look at the truth of the matter, I think that would be a big step.
The reason I ask is because here's why I ask it.
I've got a quote from Britt Hume from last night.
Okay.
Britt Hume, he was wise in so many ways. Here's what Britt Hume said last night after the event at the what hotel was that? Was it the Hilton Hotel there in D.C.?
I don't know which one, but there's a couple of them.
Britt Hume said this. The Democrat Party, he said Democratic. I call it the Democrat Party.
I do too.
There's nothing democratic about it.
No, there's not.
The Democrat Party has drifted farther to the left than I've seen. They are out where the buses don't run. Conservatives tend to be proud to be Americans, no matter who is in office. But liberals in this country have gone sour on America. They've given up on America. They're rooting against America. A party infected with radical anti-American ideology. Democrats can't even say America is great when their own team is in charge.
Yeah, I mean it's
and that is the observation of Britt Hume.
Those are great words, but
Yeah.
my point is, that those are great words, but here we are in Realville, okay, and I just don't know where we go. And I'm asking the generic question. I don't have the answer here, so maybe I shouldn't ask it, but I'm gonna throw it out there for people to ponder. Where do we go from here? Because we just fundamentally have a segment of our population that, when they don't get their way, when they don't win at the ballot box, all they then want to do is cause mayhem, cause discourse, and then actually not necessarily directly plan, but people that are part of their party and listen to their shit plan for the demise of the duly elected leader of the country, right? And then follow through on that, and they are actually aided and abetted by the media that foments their derangement syndrome. So I'm saying, where do we go from here when a very small section, and I'll say it's a small section of the country, is so fundamentally whacked out of their minds that they hate Donald Trump so much that any and all means necessary to remove him from power is then considered viable and acceptable. Where do we go from here? I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if that means I'm not proposing that we, round them up or there's going to be some sort of civil unrest, but I really am tired of people on my side of the aisle being shot at, being, do I have to mention Steve Scalise? Yeah. I mean, do I have to mention Brad Wenstrup saving his life?
That's why I was suggesting the first stop of where we go from here is recognizing what is true and what is not true.
Okay.
But we don't solve anything. We don't get to any answers. We don't get to any reconciliation without first acknowledging what is real and what is not real.
There is a false form of reality on that side, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
They use terms like rapist and pedophile. And in their minds,
very loosely.
And in their minds, that justifies any and all actions they take against the rapist and pedophiliast, I guess would be the word. I'm not sure, but the pedophile, maybe, I don't know. But I mean, at the end of the day, is it wrong to be against or to kill a rapist? Well, if you take your law into your own hands, you're not the judge, you're not the jury, you're not the executioner. Right. You have no right to take any action.
You can do whatever you want to do,
but you're going to face those consequences. And it's not legal for you to do whatever you want to do.
We always use the saying, you can do whatever you want to do on your last day of work.
Yeah, sure. But
so guess what? Make your choice.
Anyone can do whatever they want to do, but legally, you have no right to remove Donald Trump from power just because you don't like him.
So Caitlin McCormick in the New York Post has been looking into this guy, and she writes, the deranged teacher who opened fire at the White House Correspondents' Dinner with the intent to kill as many members of the Trump administration as possible posted countless anti-Trump screeds on his social media before the attack. Cole Allen, 31 years old, Caltech grad from California, posted and reposted on Blue Sky.
Blueski.
That is like the far left town square, right?
That's for predominantly ugly, physically and mentally people.
Do you have a presence on Blue Sky?
I do not. But Blueski,
all his girlfriends do though.
Blueski is for when you're physically and mentally ugly, and then you didn't like the fact that Elon Musk bought Twitter.
So dude reposted on Blue Sky ad nauseum, apparently preferring the alternative platform over X, as he branded it, its owner Elon Musk, a Hitlerian figure. The account had the handle Cold Force, the same moniker Allen signed in his manifesto attained by the Post. Allen frequently condemned the Trump administration across 1,000 plus posts, with his complaints seemingly heating up when the U.S. support for Ukraine waned. He wrote that Vice President J.D. Vance is a piece of shit for bragging about ditching Ukraine during a Turning Point USA event at the University of Georgia on April 14th. Allen boosted several fundraisers for Ukraine brigades and students in need of supplies on his account. In another post, he described President Trump as a sociopathic mob boss. I wonder where he got that idea. Solely based on references in the Epstein files. Then on April 8th, the day the U.S. reached a temporary ceasefire agreement with Iran, Allen claimed the deal was a surrender where Trump jumped ship. So this guy and look, go to the New York Post. They've got a great article on this. They've got a graphic of the hotel. They show where the attack took place. It's all laid out there. So I mean,
the fucking picture of Don Lemon.
I mean, this guy
on him was fucking fantastic.
This guy is a serious sociopath. I mean, he is suffering in a major way from Trump derangement syndrome, and he tried to kill the president. I mean, there's no doubt about it, and he is in good standing with Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Dick Durbin, Ocasio-Cortez, Bernie Sanders, you name the hardcore leftist, the Zorhan Mondani, they're all in league with this guy who did this. Let's go to You had the video there with Hakeem Jeffries. Let's listen to Hakeem Jeffries and the sort of rhetoric that he talks about Donald Trump all the time. I don't know the exact date on this, but still a discussion today.
The threat right now in this country to the American people are extreme MAGA Republicans. That's the threat.
Really?
That's the problem. That's the crisis that we confront. Extreme MAGA Republicans.
So what I find amusing is the fact that you call it extreme MAGA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How about
that sounds like harmless political rhetoric, doesn't it?
How about patriots? People that care about the fucking country and the way the country is moving.
You have to understand that you have to demonize your opponent,
right,
and make them the enemy.
Let me throw out too. I don't have the clip, but when fucking Ilhan Omar's fucking tax returns got fucking changed completely.
Yeah.
He acted like
just a minor accounting error.
He goes, everyone in the fucking country heard about it, and he gets questioned on it. He's like, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Go fuck yourself, clown. Go fuck yourself.
Well, let me tell you.
Pappas, you're sort of in the same stratosphere as Ilhan Omar.
Oh yeah.
As far as what?
As far as tax returns, net wealth, all that sort of thing.
Before or after her revision.
So I'm just saying,
I want to see your revision.
That could be a compliment.
Look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that an accounting error like that,
who doesn't make
where your net worth is between
18,000
and 95,000.
Yeah.
Down from 30 million.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Just shifted a decimal point.
You know what else? You know what else disappeared? The winery gone. The winery fucking gone. Winery's gone.
So you have Hakeem Jeffries on the Democrat side spouting that bullshit. And again, like to your point, we don't know exactly when he said that, but it was said, and we just watched it. But you have that guy who is vying against fucking Donald Trump and the Trump administration, and that's the fucking guy.
Yeah, he might be Speaker of the House too, coming up here in a few months.
So if you would have downgraded your net worth to the tune of $29,900,000,
it would be
that wouldn't raise any red flags at the IRS.
No, and
you wouldn't think you'd be subject.
Let me
to a review
37 cents.
You know the worst part. The worst part.
That's what
about,
I'm claiming.
The worst part about that story about Ilhan Omar is sadly nothing's going to happen.
No, and that's the shit part.
That's the shit. That's the shit part.
Nothing will happen.
You sit there. Okay, it was just tax time. Dan did his taxes last minute, like usual. And Jason, did you do your own taxes? Do you do your own taxes?
No, he's got a guy. Jason's got a guy.
My fine. But my point.
I want that extra signature.
But that's right. Insulation. The point of the matter is,
Mama didn't raise no.
That's a good point.
The point of the matter is this: is that you sit there, if you get a letter from the IRS ever questioning something about what you've done, it makes your asshole look like what's her face's face, the chick that was talking about
your blood pressure jumps up 40 points the moment you see that in the mailbox. You're like, what the fuck?
The one that was saying confront them in restaurants. Maxine
Waters.
Maxine Waters.
So, I mean, your butthole looks just like her face. Okay, that's how uptight you get. And the point,
chocolate starfish.
The point of the matter is it's not shit to play around with. But this clown, this brother humping clown that should be kissing the ground, kissing the ground that she walks on.
Absolutely.
Because where she came from,
nowhere else in the world,
that
would she be able
shithole
to
country
do
that she came from. No disrespect to the shithole she came from, but it's a shithole. And now she's in the halls of Congress, the most ungrateful sack of you-know-what that I've ever witnessed in my life. In my life. And the fact of the matter is that state should be hanging its head. I'm always surprised. When I think that I can't see, that I think I've seen, okay, this is the worst to come out of freaking Minnesota, something else always hits. I thought Ilhan Omar was the worst. I thought there's no way they could do worse than that piece of shit.
And it's normally New York.
It was New York in the past, but it will be again. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
more to come.
I sit there and I say, okay, they can't do any worse than this. Elon Omar's the worst. Then Jazz Hands shows up, and I'm like, fuck, what's in the water in Minnesota? I gotta be honest with you. No, if anyone lives in Minnesota, I'm sorry. I'm sure there's something about your state that makes it nice to live there. What it is, I have no fucking idea, because the people there are insane. Your politicians are insane. The weather generally sucks. I mean, let's be fair.
Oh,
it's usually cold. And then for a few brief months, I'm sure it's very nice. But I mean, I have no use for it. And as far as I'm concerned, when Alberta takes its vote, and hopefully they'll decide to join the United States and secede from Canada, as far as I'm concerned, Minnesota, you can make demands to go to fucking Canada, and I won't blink an eye.
And you can still say A. You can still say A.
Take off.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, we got to go.
Yeah, we got to. 1 hour show.
Which one? Okay. So, look, White House Correspondents' Dinner last night. Trump says he wants to reschedule in 30 days.
No.
I think we have one person here, Pappas. We got to watch his video.
I'll watch.
Who ought to be left off the invite list because, as you know, only the finest people, the upper crust.
Record crowd
of America.
Did you mention that? It was a record
That's what
crowd?
he said. Record crowd.
Record crowd.
But there's some decorum that needs to.
But only the upper crust.
Speaking of that, Jason, can I ask you a technical question?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know the answer to this. I think I do, but I'm not positive. Record crowd, the room looked like it was a little overfull. I'm not a fire marshal. I know nothing about fire code.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
The room looked a bit packed. What was your perception as a professional?
I would completely agree with that. I would concur.
So if I was going there,
what's your factor, Victor?
If I was going
concur.
there,
you'd be
like
walking through there saying, "We got to shut this down."
What's the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? Catch Me If I Can. I concur.
So if I was going to throw let's say that Pappas Fest was there, right, and we were fucking having fucking a room full of people, they'd be crawling up my ass saying, "You got too many people here, sir."
Pappas.
But because Pappas Con, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it did look over, didn't it?
It totally did.
So that caught my eye.
Yeah.
I was like, man, there's too many people in there.
Fire exits were
wholly inadequate.
Yeah, not abundant.
Oh well, whatever.
Good observation, though. I'm proud of you.
That's right.
I appreciate it.
I also saw the one guy. Kudos. I want to find out during all the shit happening last night. There was one fucking guy, an old guy, and we saw the video of the chick stealing the wine.
Well, we're getting ready to.
Okay, we're about to show that this chick has got a drinking problem, and I would not want to be this chick's family or her because she's gonna catch so much. But there was one guy.
It's only the best of the best.
We need to find out who
this is. If anyone
are.
knows who this is, because this chick is not playing.
I hope it's not Pete Hegseth Weiss.
But the one guy just kept eating the whole time.
Yeah.
He didn't break stride. I'm like, fuck it. He can eat the food off my plate.
There goes one bottle. Oh, that's one.
I'll take that one. Oh, I'll take that one.
That bottle
too.
looks like it might have been open, but I mean, it's just like,
look at her. Look at her.
I'm there.
Hey, let me get my selfie with this bottle that I'm stealing.
Can I make another observation about that chick?
Man, Trump put some good wine on the table.
Check where the slit in that dress stops. Look at this dress here. Right, just check. Look at where that slit is. Oh wow. My God, she's showing some leg.
Hey, I got one more article before we get out of here.
I must say though, Jackie Heinrich on Fox News last night was looking exceptionally beautiful.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, she had the gown on, she had the makeup, the hair was done.
Careful, buddy. Careful.
Easy, big fella.
She looked outstanding. I was like, I can't give her a compliment. She looked great.
No, you can. You just got to be careful how you do it because you're on the internet.
You came here hitting on all 8, and you're still feeling a little perky.
I'm just saying, she looked great. She looked great.
I want to get your guys' opinion on this.
I wish you would say use twos.
That was amazing.
And look, we're not forgetting about the Southern Poverty Law Center.
No, we're going to do another show.
Yeah, we're doing that.
And how they sent money
Tuesday
to the Ku Klux Klan,
which is actually could be related to what we're talking about.
I think it is.
Because if you find the argument here that you create a problem and then you rail against the problem.
For the record, I'm trying to dial it down, and these two
just
fucking
saying
clowns.
That's how we're going to continue.
There's a lot
this
going
show.
on. I'm just saying there's a lot going on right now.
It circles together.
But I want to get your guys' opinion on this.
Yes.
Use twos.
Use twos.
Neither one of you are.
How do you spell that?
I think T-O.
Neither one of you are drug users that I know of.
I don't even drink liquor.
Have you ever smoked weed?
No.
Never smoked weed?
No, I could be.
Have you ever?
I
back in the day?
I hit the bong back in the day.
Hit the ball. All right.
Back in the day.
So
with a bunch of degenerates.
So this is a big deal, and I listen to a lot of different podcasts, and between Rob O'Neill, Sean Ryan, and he's had they've all had proponents of the psychedelics that Aaron Rodgers did.
I know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so Trump signed that bill to have the FDA push forward.
I didn't know it includes psychedelics.
Yes.
Okay,
that's what the bill was for.
I thought it was just for marijuana.
No.
Okay.
So I'm going to play this video. Maybe. If I turn the volume.
More than 80,000 people died of overdoses. It's a horrible number. And there's more than 5 million people that are addicted to opiates right now in this country. With one dose of Ibogaine, more than 80% of people are free of that addiction. With 2 doses, it's more than 90%. I sent him that information. The text message came back, sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's do it. It was literally that quick. These drugs are illegal not because they're harmful. They're illegal because of the 1970 Controlled Substances Act that was passed by the Richard Nixon administration. They did it to target the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's not because these drugs harm people. And for 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that we see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
So you had a question?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
So I can stop there. So Rogan and Trump don't get along all the time.
No.
That's fact.
But Rogan brought this to him.
Mm-hmm.
And listening to a lot of the podcasts I've listened to, but then also knowing 1 or 2 people that have gone through not these exact treatments, but I had like PTSD, soldiers or also first responders. But there's a chick who her husband passed away, FDNY guy, and she created a 343 Foundation, and she pushes the Ibogaine big time. Little less, the way I understand it, a little less. What's the word? Not as bad as like ayahuasca, like what Aaron Rodgers did, where you're going into a fucking hut, shitting yourself and fucking sitting in a fucking black hole. But there's a lot of benefit to people that have suffered mental fucking trauma. And the fact that Trump pushed it through and now it's actually gaining fucking ground within just a couple fucking weeks. My question to you guys, where do you stand on that as far as, because and that's why I posed it. Have you ever smoked weed? Have you ever done drugs? Where and you guys grew up in an era that different drugs were readily available. I'm curious as to what your thoughts are.
Pat, you want to go first?
No, you can hit it first.
I'll
debate. I'm because I'm debating. I'm thinking. I wasn't prepared.
No, I'll maybe not exactly in Trump's wheelhouse, but when someone brings, if you look at what is done during the time that he has been president, that go on in the, and when you look at, if you site and I look at the press release, White House, and they talk about just unimaginable subjects, and Trump is there for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he gets to something like this, where he actually signs a piece of legislation, or whether it's an executive order, it may not be something that's exactly in his wheelhouse. But if someone comes to him like a Joe Rogan, or it doesn't even have to be Joe Rogan, it could be anyone. He will listen to anyone. And if they make a case to him that this is something that is going to help people, and it is something that is in the purview of his office, of the government of the United States, if there is something that can be done in his administration to help people, he will do it. Even if it's something that he doesn't necessarily agree with, even if it is something that, I'm not going to say that's against his principles, because I don't think he goes against his principles.
I thought you were going to say I don't think he has principles.
No, I think Trump has a strong set of principles.
Settle down, Maxine Waters.
But even if it's something that he doesn't necessarily agree with, and someone says, you know what, you might be looking at this the wrong way, he is willing to listen to that. And that is where the media sells him so short. They think that he is so ideologically driven that he only considers his own way of thinking about things, and that is the completely wrong way to look at Trump, because that is not him. He does consider things that other people say to him. He is concerned about the individual to a degree that most people, I think, in this country do not understand.
All right, so how about you answer my question?
I am answering your question.
You're doing a great monologue. But
well, tell me what was the question again?
How do you feel about it? Like, I mean,
I think I'm totally good with this, because Trump does this kind of stuff all the time, and it never ever gets reported. But I see it all the time, because I'm look, when I'm preparing for my show, I go down the rabbit hole multiple times a day. And I see this kind of stuff.
Does this mean you do psychedelics?
I don't do psychedelics, but I'm just saying.
Do you want to?
But in this case, they're saying that psychedelics may help in cases like, and that's what Joe Rogan was talking about.
I think so. Dan supports it, and I would say, since I don't know dick about it, meaning I don't do drugs or anything like that, if it can, and I think Dan makes a great point. It'd be easy for Trump to say I'm against it because blah 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 blah, right?
Right.
But he said someone came to him, said, "Hey, it helps people. It has shown to be, helpful for some people. Let's try it."
There are a ton,
and I think
of special operators,
and I think that
doing it illegally now.
But Dan makes a great point here: is Trump gets zero credit for this, and he will never get credit for this.
Yeah,
and he should get credit for this, because this could have been done under Democrat presidents, and they did not do it. And they're usually the ones that are more socially liberal than the stick in the mud Republicans that Trump is now head of the party. So I agree. I a bit, every time you open a box, there's unseen consequences. I hope it. Oh, there it goes.
that was
that. Wait. So wait. He's saying who?
I'm assuming he's talking about Dan.
Dan or me? I'm kind of confused.
I think
I said I don't know anything about
tuned
drugs.
in on Dan's rant.
Okay, well,
he doesn't understand.
Where was he the whole show?
No, well, let me say this. As you were talking,
today's not the day, my man.
As you were talking, I was thinking about something that Trump did in his first administration. That's called the right to try. Are you familiar with that? This is for people who have.
Yes, I am familiar. Yes.
Yeah, this is for people who have a terminal illness,
and they can try experimental drugs at their choice. Yes,
right.
And he didn't get enough credit for that.
And for so long, the federal government stood in the way of this being available on Medicare and Medicaid, because these were not approved procedures by the FDA.
And you'd have to leave. You would have to leave the country,
right? Whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case may be, and go somewhere far. You go somewhere far away, where outside of where legally you could have recourse if something went bad, right?
So there was a workaround around it, but it was very complicated, very expensive, very time consuming,
and that you did not
people
have.
may die during that process
because you don't have time.
So Trump looked at that and he said, "Look, these people are desperate. They are on their last legs. How can we sit here and deny them the opportunity to try something that may not work?"
This is the same thing.
Yeah, it may not work. It may save their lives. So I'm going to get the federal government out of, and this was not an affirmative step by the government. This was the government getting out of the way.
This is the same thing. But
this is the same thing. The government getting out of the way.
But it's a bit different, because what I don't want to see is because I don't know what drugs we're talking about here. I got to be honest with you. So I don't know what we're talking about here.
Ibogaine is one.
I don't know what that is.
MDMA.
I don't even take aspirin, so you got to deal with it. Like, I don't take anything.
Psilocybin, which is like
psilocybin. I have no idea.
That's one of them.
Okay,
but it's true.
But again, it's consistent.
Mushrooms.
It's consistent with his overall philosophy of government getting out of the way of people wanting to do.
But my fear is because I'm a little stick and muddish. Okay, a little bit. My fear is.
Do you have a HOA?
Have a what?
Do you live?
No.
Okay, all right.
No. Have you ever driven by his house?
No, I don't know where his house.
He'd be fined.
I've never been to
every
goddamn
day.
He does not want me to know where his house is.
My. That's true. My backyard is kind of a mess, but that's okay.
I'm talking about the signs and shit you put up.
But remember when I did? Anyway,
yeah.
Here's the deal.
Digress.
What I'm concerned about is if you blanketly you legalize or you lessen the criminality for something, right? Well, you're always going to have the outliers that abuse that. So you're always going to have.
True.
You're always going to have the kids or a segment of society that takes advantage of that and says, "Well, it's not illegal now." So where? So let me ask you a question: where do you get your mushrooms from? You said shrooms. Where do you get your mushrooms from?
Let me fix this just to give you a little bit of context. This is all in a clinical setting.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
It's all clinical setting.
Because I thought he changed it to from what I read, he changed it from a class 1 to a class 2. I don't understand the designation.
So right now, there is Schedule
drugs.
1.
Okay, Schedule 1.
They're trying to drop it down.
Okay, so
but all of this would happen in a clinical setting.
So that means you still need a prescription.
Yes.
Okay. Then that's
it's controlled.
Okay.
It's just there's.
Okay,
people are going to Mexico to get this shit done. Like some of these operators.
I'm totally cool with it.
And I told Jill, like, you remember when Aaron Rodgers went and did his ayahuasca trip and shit?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Aaron Rodgers, quarterback.
Yeah, what's ayahuasca?
So ayahuasca is a root.
Is that in Alaska?
Where you drink the fucking root or the juice from this fucking root.
Is it a root or a mushroom?
It's a root.
Whatever the fuck it is.
And you go through and it's the same thing. It's almost a psychedelic.
It's like psilocybin, some acid,
But you go through
doing a trip during the
you go through this whole thing.
Psychedelic, man.
Would you shut the fuck up?
So
but you go through this whole thing of like recognizing yourself and whatever. Yeah, it's a cleansing,
a mental sort of spirit trip or something like that.
Right.
Okay, so
Ibogaine does the same shit.
Okay.
MDMA.
Okay.
The MDMA.
Okay, as long as it's as what I was
controlled.
When you say when you to a layman like me, when you say okay, it goes from a would you say class?
Schedule 1 to like
okay.
I don't know if
Schedule
it's
1
go
to Schedule 3. What goes through my mind is
fentanyl is a Schedule 1.
Okay, so what goes through my mind is if you're caught with it, instead of getting prosecuted, we're just gonna give you a ticket.
Right?
Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, Schedule 1's the worst, and then you have your Schedule 3.
So then,
but this will be in a clinical atmosphere.
Okay, but my point is, so what if I'm driving down the road? I'm asking, driving down the road, and I've got what do you call it?
Ibogaine.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm cruising down the road. I got Ibogaine in my pocket. I pulled over.
Got a
10-pound sack of Ibogaine. Fucking dropping a dime bag of Ibogaine. I don't even know what
Cord Papa's a bad dude. You got
yeah, I know he's hairy legs. But my point is that does that mean then instead of me going to jail, I'm just going to get a citation?
No,
see what I'm saying?
No, I like.
Or does it make
you're taking it as a street drug where this is in a clinical atmosphere?
Okay, I don't have any problem with Donald Trump trying to help people, and it sounds like he's trying to.
I want to
do
it. I want to do Ibogaine so bad.
But the bottom line is,
but you're not.
If you look at it, and we don't know. We're arguing this.
Why?
And we don't know
27 years in the fucking fire service. You don't think I don't have fucking demons up in this bitch?
Oh, so someone would prescribe you Ibogaine?
Yes. You would go. No, you would go like to a clinic.
Well, I don't want you doing Ibogaine on the show. I'm scared what you and Dan might say.
That would be amazing.
Well, all I'm saying.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Does this increase freedom or does it decrease freedom for the American people?
I think it increases.
I would say it's an increase of freedom. And Donald Trump is all about increasing freedom. And that counters the argument that we heard from the left, especially
wait a second.
heading into the White House Correspondents' Dinner from last.
Can I ask one final question?
So we just brought this whole thing
well, let me ask you a question. What would a king do?
No kings. Oh, this guy was a big no kings protester too.
Yeah, so my point is, wouldn't a king not?
No, a king would not allow the Exactly. Yeah, he would. There would be no such thing as a White House correspondent.
Well, no, not only that, the king would not listen to if it helped other people. He'd just impose his will.
Shut up, peasants.
That's right.
Shut up, peasants.
But so I guess he's not a king. 513. I'm sorry you missed a good show. We really wanted to just beat on you like a redheaded stepchild, but you came in at the end like a coward that you are, and you sniped and then you left. So I'm sorry that you're not here, but. You have a lot of soul. I tell you this as a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. Yes, you are. But I mean, I'm saying you have a lot of soul searching to do today because right now the Democrat Party is really liberals have a lot of soul searching to do. If you have a soul,
your people are trying to kill Trump.
You have a lot to answer for. You have the rhetoric, the constant attacks, the rhetoric that you're using. You have a lot to answer for, and until you have
you and your ilk,
until you have answers to the questions, until you have answers to the questions that you should be asking yourself, I'd go easy on the keyboard.
It's like milk without the M. Ilk.
There you go.
We'll be back. We'll be back at you Tuesday evening.
I gotta pee.
Either 5 or 6.
I gotta get out of here.
But we'll be back at you Tuesday. We appreciate you guys. We love you. Remember, like, subscribe, tell a friend
all day.
Make sure you
got a lot of beer built up in there.
Oh my God.
Gotta let it go.
Tell a friend.